Hi everybody, my name is Lisa and I am one of the Verbling English teachers, and in this hour we're going to have a speaking class or a conversation class. In this class what happens is that I ask questions and you guys answer, and maybe you also ask some questions of your own. So if you have a reservation for this class, go ahead and use that reservation now, and you will come into the Google Hangout, and then we can begin our class. I think it was fully booked, so we'll just see who shows up. Some people sometimes use their reservation, but then something happens and they can't make it to class. So let's see who comes here into the class with us. Welcome everybody. And at some point, if you want to join the class and there is room, you can click on the Join Class button. It's a green Join Class button, and coming into class does require a ticket, and there are some ways that you can get tickets. The best way is to become a premium member so that you can take classes and reserve classes whenever you'd like. So hi there everybody. Let me say hi to everybody. Amparo, how are you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you. And you?
Good. I'm doing well. Very busy around here for me. It's the 4th of July weekend here. So I'll talk about that in a minute, but that's the reason why. Hi there, John. How are you?
Fine, thanks. And you, Lisa?
I'm doing well, thank you. And Regina, how are you? Regina, I think your microphone might be muted because I see your lips moving, but
Sorry.
I don't hear anything.
Yeah,
there you
yeah,
go.
sorry,
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah. Awesome.
Hello,
Okay.
Lisa. I'm fine. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Okay.
And Wisla. Wisla?
Yes, hello.
Hi there.
Hello. I'm well. How about you?
I'm doing pretty well. It's a nice day so far. So, as I mentioned, today is, well, this weekend is what we call in the United States. I'm from Washington State, by the way, if you don't know me. I live in the United States, and specifically Washington State. And in the United States, this week we have celebrated what we call the 4th of July, which is the celebration of the independence of the United States of America from Great Britain a long time ago in the 1700s. And so it's a holiday that we celebrate, and I was saying that it's been very busy here for me because I own a cafe, a coffee shop, and since this is a holiday weekend, we have lots of people in our town, so we've been very busy. I just ran over there and helped them do dishes and get caught up, and then ran back over here to my house to teach this class. So I wanted to first have everybody introduce themselves because we have some new students who aren't usually in my classes. Why don't you introduce yourself, tell us your name, and also what country you're from, and then after that I'm going to, the way I thought we could do it today is like a conversation. We just have a conversation with each other that allows you to practice speaking, which is one of the things that I hear the most from my students is that, you know, writing, you get to take your time and write, so that is okay. Sometimes reading, a lot of people can do very well understanding English when they're reading, but speaking and just being fluent, getting those words out, a lot of people want more practice with that. So that's why I like to have the speaking class or the conversation class. So it gives you a chance to just practice speaking English in all the ways that you would speak in English to anybody. So it's usually everyday topics that we talk about. And after you guys introduce yourselves, I'm going to put out the question there about your own country, and do you have a similar holiday? So you don't have to answer that question yet, but you can think about it a little bit before we start. So you can answer that question by telling us yes or no, and then how do you celebrate it yourselves. Okay, so Amparo, why don't you start by introducing yourself and telling everybody where you're from, and we'll just do that part first, and then we'll get through everybody, and then we'll answer the question, do you have an Independence Day celebration or holiday in your country?
Okay.
Okay,
Hello,
Amparo.
my name is Amparo. I'm from Ecuador.
Okay. All right, and we have some new people joined us, so good. Balade? Oh, okay, he fell out. John, why don't you tell everybody where you're from?
I'm from Colombia.
Okay.
And I live in Spain.
Oh.
For 12 years.
Oh, okay.
12 years.
What part of Spain do you live in?
In Murcia.
Murcia, okay.
Near Alicante.
Nice. Wonderful.
You know it?
I have never been there, but I lived in Spain a long time ago when I was a teenager. I was a foreign exchange student, and so I lived in the Basque country, in the northern part of Spain, in Vitoria, and so I know that part a little bit better, but I haven't been to Murcia or Alicante. Yeah. And Regina, where are you from?
I'm from Germany.
Oh,
I live in the middle of Germany, next Dortmund, and the other big city is Cologne.
Oh, nice. Yes, I've been there before. I also lived in Germany for a while. I lived in a small town outside of Frankfurt, a town named Oberursel.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I've heard it, yes. Good.
Yeah, it was very nice. Beautiful.
Okay.
Wonderful. Okay, great. Welcome. And Wisław, where are you from?
I am from Poland. I'm a civil engineer. I'm learn English 1 year. And I several time watched on Verbing, and I find it nice, and I want here improve my pronunciation.
Okay, wonderful. Well, you'll have a chance to practice that today in this class. And Ishmael's joining us. Ishmael, hello? And maybe your microphone isn't on, Ishmael. Okay, Balade. I'm not sure if I'm saying it correctly. Balade, is that how you say it?
Hello, everybody.
Hi there.
How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm fine, thanks.
Great. Awesome. Tell everybody where you are from.
I'm from Nigeria, in north of Africa.
Yeah.
Think that.
Nice.
Thanks.
Okay. How's the weather over there? Are you staying cool?
I have in English, but I have slow in English.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I want to teach me how I said how I happened of it.
Okay. It's a little hard to hear just because the microphone is going in and out. We'll see how it goes. I'm going to talk to Mine. Hi, Mine. How are you? Mine, is your microphone muted? I don't hear Mine. Vincenzo, how are you today?
Yes, do you hear me?
Yes, I hear you. Fine. Good.
Yes, perhaps you hear also my dog.
Yeah, I hear your dog too.
Yes,
Good.
I'm connecting with my smartphone because my computer doesn't work.
Oh.
That's why.
I see.
I'm trying to connect with my smartphone. I think it's better than my computer.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, it sounds pretty good.
Yes, yes. Hi.
Okay.
Do you hear me well? Do you hear me well?
I hear you well. Yes. So, Vincenzo, we are starting out the class by just hearing where everybody is from, because that helps us understand what country you're from. And then the next question, which we haven't answered yet, is about Independence Day, and do you have an Independence Day in your country?
Yes, sir.
So tell everybody where you are from, Vincenzo.
Yes, I am from Rome, Italy, and yes, we have Independence Day.
Hold on,
day.
Vincenzo. Hold on. We're not going to answer that question yet. I just want to make sure everybody has a chance to introduce themselves first. So, Mine, did you get your microphone working?
Yes, I think so. Now my microphone is working.
Okay, great. Awesome. So, I know you, but some people don't. So, go ahead and introduce yourself.
My name is Mine. I am from Turkey, Istanbul. Recently, I live in US now. What else I can tell you? The weather is hot today.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. Heat waves.
Yes.
Okay, good. And Ishmael, did you get your microphone working?
Yes, Lisa.
Okay.
Hi.
Okay, and Ishmael's also from Turkey, living in where? Tell him where you live, Ishmael.
I live in Ankara.
Ankara, right?
Lisa.
Okay, great. So my question, so I want to say it again because some people came into the class after I already had said it the first time. Yes?
There is always a watering noise.
Yeah, I think, Vincenzo, I'm going
hangout.
to mute you and see if that noise stops, and then unmute yourself when you are going to talk. Let's see if that helps. Yeah. Okay. So I was explaining that this week we, you might have heard about it. We celebrated in the United States what we call the 4th of July, which is on the 4th of July. But what it is celebrating is the independence of the United States of America as a separate country, separate from Britain, Great Britain. So some of you may know the history of how a lot of Europeans came to the United States, and then it was ruled by the British part of the British Empire, the king and all of that, and then how the colonists broke away, and they had a revolutionary war, and then in 1776, the founding fathers, we call them 56 different guys, signed the document. It's called the Declaration of Independence, and then the United States the people declared they wanted to be their own country. So I know that around the world, this has happened many times for many countries. Many countries used to be a part of another country or another empire or a ruling class or something like that in the history. The Roman Empire, for example, broke up into many different countries. The Ottoman Empire, those types of things. So in the United States, we celebrate our independence every year with fireworks and barbecues and parties, and it is a national holiday, so everybody gets the day off, except if you're like me and you own a cafe, you don't get the day off. But if you work at a bank or at a government agency, or if you work in a school or you go to school, you get the day off. So that's a little bit about what happened here. So I'm actually curious if you can tell me, do you have a similar holiday, some holiday that represents when your country became its own country? And can you tell me a little bit about how you celebrate that? Amparo, does Ecuador have a day like that?
Well, we have a free day on May 22nd. That is the day that we celebrate the Pichinchas battle, and that is when finally we get the freedom from the Spanish people. And this process started in 1809.
Oh.
Yeah. Then we were getting the process to liberate one city to another, and finally we got the independence on May of 1822. And yeah, in this day, yes, we have a free day, but and there are some celebrations in the capital of the country, but we don't used to have any particular celebration at home. No, not It's not common here.
Oh, okay. So if you're in Ecuador, I'm trying to write in the VerbLink chat, but it wasn't really working. I don't know what the problem is.
It's not working for me.
Not working for you either. Okay.
No.
All right. No writing, no reading. We're just talking then. Okay. So May 22nd is a national holiday, so you don't have to go to work. Yeah. But there's not like a big celebration or anything at home.
No. Well, when the students go to, I don't know how to say it, to swear the flag.
To where?
When you're a student, we have the reverence to the flag, our country.
Oh, the flag. Yeah.
Yeah. So in this day is the.
Oh.
Because and we have the day for the flag. On September 20. But in this day, for people who live in another region, is the time for they do the reverence to the flag.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay. And is this something that you learn about when you're going to school? Is it a big part of your history?
Yes.
Yeah. So everybody knows about it.
Since you are at the school, that you are learning about that. Yeah.
Great. Okay. Balade, you're back. Balade? Balade, can you hear me? I can't hear you. Your microphone might be muted. So I'm going to go to Ismail, and if you get your microphone working, let me know. It seems like you've been having trouble with connection. Okay, Ismail, and I guess, Mine, you guys will both be talking about the same country. So you're both from Turkey, but maybe you'll have different things you can say. So I'll start with Ismail. Ismail, does Turkey have something like an Independence Day celebration or holiday?
Yes, Lisa. We have a day, something like Independence Day in the USA. We have Victory Day at August 30.
August 30th, okay.
And after the World War I, the Ottoman Empire was fight with the German Empire, and our country was execute a war against the Greece.
Okay.
The Anatolian Peninsula was under Greece soldier, and Atatürk win the victory at 30 August against Greece army, and we win our victory, and after the Ottoman Empire, the Turkish Republic was built, and it is an important day for us. We are celebrating every year, officially and unofficially, in that day. Some concerts are organized around the world. And in Ankara, the capital city of Turkey, was officially celebrated the victory.
Yeah. So what types of things do you see? Well, I'm going to let Mine answer that part, since you told us a little bit the history. Mine.
Yes.
Is that, do you celebrate Victory Day yourselves, or what happens on that day in Turkey? How do people celebrate?
They have a march. The school makes some program for the general to celebrate this day, I think so. And it's like a parade, and sing a song, and sometimes they have a concert for the young people or for anybody.
Yeah.
People generally hold the flag or on their apartment or the business government. I think so. I'm not sure about that anymore because I think last few years the government always finds something not celebrate this kind of the things, but I don't know which day they celebrate, which day they don't celebrate anymore.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah, I think they have one more day. It's like it's similar. The Victory Day is like a Republican Day, 29 October, and this day the Atatürk the Atatürk declared that Turkey would be republic, and the name is Republic of the Turkey. And this day is also important for the Turkish people, I think so, because the government become a secular, and they separate the religion part from the government.
I see. Okay. So is there any, so it doesn't sound too much like that holiday is necessarily celebrated by people. Like, for example, here in the United States, there is a governmental thing, like in Washington, D.C., there's a big parade, and in many cities, the city governments, they sponsor parades with bands and military bands and people marching around the town. And then sometimes there's fireworks shows and stuff. But is there something like that in Turkey that people celebrate, or mostly just the government does things?
The people also parade those 2 days, I think so, but not in the US, I think so. You are celebrate more than Turkish people, I can tell you.
Did you hear some fireworks?
Yes, yesterday actually, because the 4th July it was raining. It's like a flooding. That is the reason they postponed the firework. And yesterday I heard a lot of fireworks.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I heard a lot of fireworks. In my town, usually we go to the beach and we lay out on the beach, and then they have it's called a barge. It's a boat, but it's flat, a boat. It's called a barge, and they set the fireworks off from there, and so you're laying on the beach, and then you can see the fireworks going off. But this year, we did not have a fireworks show because the city is trying to save money. So too expensive. Too expensive to have the fireworks because it's free to people. So, you know, the city was paying several thousands of dollars to have the show for the people who live here and tourists and stuff, but they decided it's not worth it. They can't afford it. So, yeah. Yeah. John, in Colombia, do you have a similar holiday?
In Colombia, we celebrate the Independence Day on July. The 20th is a day free. It's a free day.
The holiday,
It's a holiday. The independence was in 1810.
Okay.
In the year
1810. So,
1810, we separate we independence of Spain.
From Spain, yeah.
Spain. It's usually at the school. People when you take the flag and in what do you say Isar in English?
Well, that's what Amparo was saying is like the reverence for the flag.
Yes.
Yeah, do you say like a pledge? Like we say a pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, something like that. We have a pledge of allegiance that people can say when they look at the flag. Is that something that where you're celebrating? And giving, like honoring the flag as the symbol for
yes,
independence. Yeah. Okay.
And in the president of Colombia, in this day, do when people go to the street and do the conversation of the people.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So the president gives a speech, perhaps, to the
Yes.
people who come.
In the place of Bogota.
Okay, in the capital.
Capital.
In
the capital.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the similar here to Obama. I didn't hear it, but Obama probably gave a speech or something. Yeah, and they show it on TV sometimes too. Yeah, similar.
I think Obama has a good reason.
What?
I think Obama is we have a good reason. He's intelligent man. I think that.
Yeah, you think that?
Yes, I like it. I like that.
Okay.
I like this man.
You like Obama?
Yes.
Okay.
Good man.
It's hard to be a president. You have people who love you and people who hate you.
Yes, I think that.
And people who don't care at all.
No.
Yeah.
It's in Afghanistan.
Yeah. Okay, thank you, John. Regina.
Thank you, teacher.
I think the bank holiday people appreciate here in Germany is the 3rd of October. So both parts of Germany were reunited in 1989. So I guess 1 year later, the first bank holiday of this occasion was set. So, but I can't remember that I ever have celebrated this special day. So it's just if it's in the middle of the week, it's okay. Yeah. And maybe politicians go to monuments to place flowers or something like this. And certainly the news and newspapers remind of this event and historic event. And so maybe tourists in Berlin.
Yes.
So at where the former wall was. But so I think that's the day for us currently.
Okay. Currently, yeah, because of course, especially in the countries in Europe, like Germany and, well, even Turkey and all around, the United States is a new country, and so are the South American countries. But in Europe, there's been a lot of shifting of, I don't know, rulers and politicians and what country you're actually living in. So, yeah. So, isn't that true, Regina?
I think we will see. So history will tell again. So future will tell. I think it's a pool here where I live in Germany. A lot had happened during the last centuries. So I can't even remember how Germany was built. I'm sorry, it's my weak point. I tried to fix it all the time to remember, and so many nations here, and so I think it's really hard to remember. But compared with this, I guess the USA has an interesting history as well. So I think it's always worth being interested in history.
Yeah.
As far as you can remember all the data, that's my problem. So I get always puzzled all the time. So I'm sorry.
Lots of well, the funny thing that I always was so interesting when I was learning history in school is that it was hard to it was hard to understand sometimes, because when you're learning about history, it's very linear. So that means like learning about, this happened, then this happened, then this happened. But really, like if you're studying American history, there's all kinds of everything else is happening all at the same time. So even though, you could say in 2013 in America, this is happening, but so many things are happening all at the same time, even in one country, but also in the whole world, So
Yeah, and if
what's
you,
happening in Europe right now is, it's all happening. So much is happening all at the same time. It's hard to remember when it happened and how it affected.
Yeah, that's the problem. In my school time, the lessons were really boring because we only read books or read books. So nowadays you have very good documentations from BBC explaining the impact one country had to another country. So that's what I prefer. I need visual inputs, not only reading and so discussions. I can remember very well when I see a film or something like a picture and with a good explanation, and you see how people walked from one country to another or were invaded, and so that's what I need. And then maybe some numbers and yeah, so this is data I like. It's a mixture of all, but not only reading.
Right. Yeah. That's a good point. People living nowadays, especially younger people like students who are in school, they have the benefit of seeing all of this history into one like 2-hour-long movie or something. They can see so much in a short amount of time rather than trying to read kind of boring books that don't really show you much. But even I've talked to Ishmael and Mina, you probably know, like the movies Troy and that type of stuff, which kind of tells the history. And they were shot weren't they shot in Ankara? Ishmael, do you know the movie Troy? Yeah.
Not Ankara, in Çanakkale, the west coast of Turkey.
Yeah, right, sure, on the coast, yeah.
On the Aegean Sea, between Greece and Anatolia.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
I can remember that I saw a report about Germany very close to Turkey, and then there was a misunderstanding or maybe kind of row and fight, and so I remember documentation about this. Germany and Turkey very close.
Yeah.
Hello to Turkey.
Hello to Germany. Okay. Yes, it's very interesting. Of course.
Lisa.
Yes, go ahead.
The Ottoman Empire and Germany was at the World War I together and fight against Britain.
Yes.
Okay, he's good at history.
He's good at history. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. If you look at old maps, then you see the colors of the maps keep changing. So the color represents one country or one empire, and then many years later, one part of it has shrunk and the other part has grown. So it's always changing. But yeah, Regina, I was actually there when the wall was coming down. My grandpa, he got a piece of the wall.
Wow!
It was very exciting. Yeah, it was a pretty exciting time, and he was very excited. Yeah, and it was a big event for me to be over in Germany because I went to the Wall concert. I don't know if you know. When Floyd did that, I was there, so that was really fun.
Good! Wow, I am very impressed.
Yes, it was nice. Okay, Vincenzo, I don't know if you're still muted, but why don't you tell us about Italy? And does Italy have a day of independence or something like that? Not sure if Vincenzo's on his smartphone. Vincenzo, is it working? Whoa. I see some images, but I don't hear your voice, Vincenzo. Whoa, now I hear it.
The Independence Day in Italy is called the Republic Day, the Feast of the Republic Day.
Oh, okay.
It is celebrated on June, the 2nd of June, to commemorate the birth of the Republic. In fact, in the 2nd and 3rd of June, the Italians were invited to decide the government form, monarchy or republic. So they decided to choose the republic, and how do you say, the monarchies of
the monarchy came down.
Were executed. Okay, executed. And so there is a, how do you say, parade, a military parade in or imperial way,
Yeah.
So the army also with the jets that go on in the
Oh yeah, the jets and the Air Force probably or something.
There are the, how do you say, the wishes from all other chief of other nations.
Yes, the leaders of other nations. Yep.
And in the afternoon, they open the garden where there is the Republic President, so the Republic President to the public.
Oh, okay.
And, okay, I think that's all about this fact.
Yeah, nice.
And there is the feast is also because there was the fall of the fascism in 1946.
Yes, the fall of fascism is what he said. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Great. Thank you. Isla, is there some type of holiday like this in Poland?
Yes. The beginning of Polish state is since 966, but several times in our history we lost the independence. But in 1791, the country made the second modern constitution after American constitution. But later the three neighbor states, Prussia, Austria and Russia, occupied Poland.
Occupied Poland. Okay.
And since that time, the date of this constitution, 3rd May, we have holidays, and the people hang the flags on the buildings, lay flowers at the monuments to people who died for our independence. Sometimes the people marched and dressed in historical costumes. It's a lot concerts. Where the people on the evening are funny. No, it's a bad word.
What do you mean?
Dance, for example.
They're dancing and having fun.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And in these days, in the TV, all people think that we should take care about our independence, and that we should each day work about our independence.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I put a picture up in the my screen. I have a screen share where, is that what it looks like in the streets of Poland sometimes on that holiday?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, we lost Furkan. I was just going to go to you, Furkan. Come back if you want. So, yeah. Nice. So I'm wondering, is there any other holidays you guys want to tell me about? Because it sounds like some of your countries do have holidays that are celebrating independence, but maybe it's not really the biggest holiday. Is there another holiday that, for example, Ismail, in Turkey, is there a different holiday that is really fun for people where they celebrate and have the day off? Is there something like that in Turkey?
Yes, we have also a religious holiday.
Okay.
We set the Bayram.
When is
we
that?
have two different religious holiday. For example, in this year during July month, we are going to fast 1 month long.
Oh yeah,
Do
sure.
you know fasting?
Yeah, that's the
We
Ramadan.
don't. Yes, and
Yes.
after 1 month fasting, we
Yeah.
are celebrating Ramadan Bayram.
Yeah. Okay.
People don't eat anything during the daytime and
Yeah.
don't
Wow.
drink anything. It is very difficult, Lisa.
Yeah.
In
I can imagine.
summertime,
Yeah.
in summertime, the weather was hot, and after then we are going to celebrate with 3 days of Ramadan Bayram, and we have a religious fest too. How can I explain? We are celebrating sacrifice fest.
Oh, okay.
We are sacrificing sheep for God.
Okay. You're sacrificing the sheep. Okay.
And we are sharing the meat of sheep with poor people.
Okay.
And we have two different religious fasts.
Yeah. Mine, is that something that you celebrate as well?
I don't celebrate anything in any religion or any government holiday because I have been living in this country for almost 4 years now, and I don't know. It's too far to celebrate those kind of things.
Yeah.
Generally, I work those days because that is
Different
not
calendar.
holiday. Yeah.
Yeah. I see. So you're more used to the American calendar now and celebrating whatever happens in terms of your days off and holidays and things like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I see. That makes sense. Yeah. Okay. Wonderful. So, Amina, you were saying has it been a heat wave over there in New Hampshire?
Yes. But it is very awkward. Every day we have a rain also.
Oh.
Yeah.
You have the thunder showers in the afternoon?
Showers, yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. I heard on the radio, and they said $3 million cost for route repair because it is incredible. Yeah,
Oh. The rain, you mean? Because of the rain?
Because of the rain, yes.
Oh.
Because after rain, the road is like a washing out.
Yeah, they're washing out the roads. Yep.
Yes. And some roads has the damage. And
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. In the United States, this is an interesting thing. We're not necessarily going to talk about global warming, but there just every year, all kinds of things are happening throughout different countries, and the weather is affecting things. So right now, Mina, have you guys heard that she lives in New Hampshire? That's on the east coast of the United States, and they've been having a lot of thunder showers, which are like afternoon rains, and it's not cold weather, which the East Coast often gets in the wintertime. Now it's with the warm weather, but also still a lot of rain, and this is what she means when the roads get washed out. So there's been a lot of rain, and then something happens to this road where like it has like a little landslide or something on the dirt underneath it, and so because of that, they're having heavy rains and heavy floods. The roads are getting damaged. So, are you staying safe though? There's no danger to you, is there, for flooding or anything?
I am safe.
You're okay, good. And Regina, I also heard and read about that in Germany just recently. There was quite a bit of flooding in southern Germany, was it? In Austria too, I guess.
Yeah, in
Did you know
southern
about that?
Germany, in part of northern Germany.
Oh.
So maybe 200 kilometers north of where I live, and in east of Germany.
Yeah.
And yes, people have been affected very strongly, and so they suffer. Some people lost their homes.
Yes.
Government promised to help out with money and unbureaucratic help.
Yeah.
And yes, it was in the news all the time. And even my brother-in-law had in his garage and in his cellar, it's an earth cellar in the south of Germany, he had been affected by water. So, but not too much, but a bit, yes.
Yeah.
It was very bad for people, or has been, still is, yes.
It has been, yeah. Yeah, because flooding, once it floods, then the water, recedes, so the water goes away, but then you have to deal with everything that got wet.
Yeah.
Yeah, or wet and washed away, because, depending on how high the water got, some stuff can be destroyed, not just getting wet. I'm just looking at these pictures now. I'm putting them up in the screen share there for you guys to get I didn't realize it was so high in some places, the water. Wow. Yeah, so that's pretty unusual for Germany, isn't it? Is that happening?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Yeah, wow. And what did they say what the cause was?
Why it happened?
Yeah, why did it happen?
So heavy rains, of course.
Yes.
Heavy rains. And there have been discussions that also embankments were not replaced or fixed. At the time, the people in small villages asked for it, so it's a huge discussion.
Yeah.
Or in the areas where people have been affected, but I guess the main point were heavy rains. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that is really hard to believe. That's a picture of Germany, because it looks like a picture of like the Amazon
Australia.
or something. Or like you think of the Amazon in Brazil, where there's lots of wetlands or something, where it's wow. And the German government now is needing to probably spend money to help. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Amparo, do you guys what kind of weather-related type things do you guys have in Ecuador? Do you have hurricanes, or do you ever have any kind of flooding? Or I don't usually hear about stuff from weather-related.
Yeah, here most of the time in another provinces.
Yeah.
There are a lot of farms. Usually they have trouble with the rains. From time to time, they say that there is a dry winter, but from time to time they have some floodings.
Yeah, flooding.
Floodings, and then they lost the harvest.
Oh.
And really hard. And in the highlands, in the another region, where there is the mountains, there are slides.
Say it again. Slides, like where the landslides.
Yep.
Yeah, landslides.
Yeah, landslides. Yeah.
Yeah.
And some people had died in.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy because because of the rain, the houses are removing from the places that
yeah, that's crazy, huh?
Yeah, they are. Yeah,
I think
because they are building on the mountains,
right?
In some valleys. Yeah, that's why.
Yeah, I want to make sure everybody is understanding what landslides, and she's talking about how in certain parts of Ecuador, where if you get a lot of rain, they might have these landslides, which just having so a landslide is when the dirt falls down, it slides down, and usually because of heavy rains. But of course, the problem to humans is well, like a picture like that, a huge landslide can knock out cars off of a road or something. But also, if you're building your house on a mountain, and then it can just go sliding down. That's always seemed crazy to me, because that happens also sometimes in the United States, like in the state of California. Sometimes they build these really nice, expensive homes on mountains, and now and then they have, you know, heavy rains that cause flooding, and then there goes your house down the mountain. So I can imagine being in your house. In fact, where I live, in Washington, there's a island right across from me where they had a recent landslide, and you can see it in this picture here. It just happened all of a sudden. It was not because of the rains, actually, but just some kind of movement or something in the earth, and this piece of earth just slid down into the water. And I don't think it took any houses with it, but very close. These houses would now have a cliff right by them.
That is a highway?
No, on the right side right here, that's the beach. And then that's water right there. There's a road over here on the very left side, far left there. But yeah, that happened very just spontaneously. It was not caused by rains. This is what it looked like before, and then it slid down, and that's what it looks like after the landslide. So maybe it's a new word for some of you, landslides. John, what about in Colombia? What kinds of weather-related occurrences do you have, or disaster-type things? Do you have flooding or rains?
In Colombia, we have long periods of raining a lot.
The rainy season?
And the rains?
Yes, the rains.
The rains. And there are regions like Chocó, who people have a disaster, lost your house, and it's very, very hard.
Yeah. I looked up on I put the screen share. I don't know if you see it, but I guess during the rainy season in Colombia, it can get very flooded, it looks like, in some areas.
Yes, and because people build in areas without very safe for structures
to have like a strong foundation. Yeah.
Yes.
So it's not really a good location to build a house, but that's where people build, and then if it rains a lot, then it can get flooded and their houses can get flooded. Yeah. Does it ever happen like in the big cities, or is this more like in the countryside?
In the countryside.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So not like in Bogota or something.
Is more usually in it is smaller.
Yeah, smaller towns.
Yeah, but in Bogota, there are neighbors, barrios.
Neighborhoods.
There are neighborhood who live in dangerous place.
I see. Yeah, sure.
Too.
Sure, certain parts of the city. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And Vislav.
And the streets, and there are no good evacuation system
Yeah.
of water.
How to help evacuate people once the flood happens. I think your microphone cut out or something. Amparo?
Yes.
What were you writing about the Nevado del Ruiz?
That's in Colombia, and
okay.
that is a region that sometimes have troubles with floodings,
flooding,
something
yeah.
like that.
I see. Yeah, okay, thanks. Wislav, how about in Poland? What types of weather problems do you have in Poland sometimes?
Yes, but the others think. I think sometimes how in German is similar. Sometimes we have too much rain or too big storm, and that make problems. But I think that are to compare in the other countries, no so big problems.
Yeah. Does it? Do you ever have problems with winter storms? Does that cause problems for people, or not too much?
Yes, but in Europe, in my opinion,
yeah.
If in winters go down 30 centimeters snow,
yes,
is already dead. In my opinion, we can live 1 week in a house without nothing. It isn't a big problem to compare the other countries.
Right. What about do you ever have problems with heat? Because actually I read in the United States more people die from heat waves than like all these other natural disasters that we sometimes have, like hurricanes or something. Because what happens in the United States is that a lot of places in the United States don't have air conditioning. Like in my house, I don't have air conditioning because it usually is not very hot. But if we have a heat wave and it stays hot for many, many days, especially older people who maybe can't get around so well, they die because it's too hot. Do you have problems with heat at all in the summer in Poland?
Sometimes it was for 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
But I think we have a good climate, and I thought that in state of Washington is similar.
Yeah, probably, yes. Now that I think about the map and where we are located, it's similar, probably.
We have sometimes in a year 2 weeks over 30 degrees.
Oh, okay.
But
you can get
to compare, for example, to California, I think it's nothing.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and then to compare to Saudi Arabia or Iraq, it's
exactly.
Yeah.
But the people, I think, with time can't take it.
Right, exactly. Well, it's kind of funny because yesterday it was, it wasn't super hot. It's not like in 100 degrees here, but it's hot for people here, and so they wanted to have a lot of iced drinks. So at my cafe, we ran out of ice, and I had to go to 3 different stores before I could find ice to buy, because so many people were going and buying ice to have ice drinks and to keep things cold and that kind of thing. So I was kind of surprised and shocked that they ran out of ice. Yeah. So Mine.
That's a good solution.
Yeah, Mine or Ishmael. What about in Turkey? What kinds of things happen in Turkey with weather?
I cannot answer this question. I think Ismail is
You've been
I
gone
can
too
answer
long.
them better. Yeah.
Ismail, how about
Yes,
you? Do you want to tell us what kind of
yes,
weather stuff happens in Turkey?
yes, Lisa, we have some weather problem in Turkey too, but not often, especially in winter. We have sometimes avalanches in the
Oh.
east side of Turkey,
Mm-hmm.
and uh, there are many construction, especially in near side of the rivers
Okay.
lately,
Yeah.
and when it's heavily rained,
Mm-hmm.
there are some flooding
Yeah.
around the river, and people get affected from flooding,
Mm.
especially in northwest side and
What
in the Black
Black
Sea
Sea?
region.
Yeah. What about the heat in the summer? Does that do people have a hard time dealing with the heat?
Yes, Lisa, after the climate change, we are living under 40 degrees Celsius heat.
Wow, that's hot.
It is very difficult
Yeah.
to live, especially in July and August.
Yeah,
The
July and August are.
temperatures, the
Yeah.
temperatures are very high.
But do people okay, so where I'm from Fresno, California, and it has been like 110 degrees there. So let me see. Fahrenheit.
100,
Yeah,
110 Fahrenheit, I think.
yes.
40,
43 probably, something like that. Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, so it's been 43 degrees there, but they have air conditioning. In Turkey, do you have air conditioning?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes,
okay. So you're prepared.
some air conditioning we have to, because we cannot sleep in the night,
Yes.
even Lisa.
Yes, that's the difficult part, sleeping. Well, you guys, Vincenzo, you want to finish up by telling us anything about what happens in Italy with the weather? Anything? Italy has pretty good, nice weather, doesn't it?
No, today, today, do you hear me?
Yes, I hear you.
Today is raining. That's
Oh,
the fact.
raining. Wow.
I went to the seaside with my daughter.
Yeah.
I had a lot of sun. How do you say?
You got a
Well,
lot of sun?
sun. When I came back home,
Yeah.
was rain.
It
So
was raining.
this is in Italy. The weather is very strange till today, because we have had a lot of rain, like that. But apart from this, I must say that is about earthquakes that we had in Aquila, in the center of Italy, in 2009, with
Vincenzo, it's hard for me to hear you.
you hear me?
Yeah, it's kind of cutting out though. But you know what? It's past the time, so we've already gone over our time a little bit. So I want to just say thanks for everybody to coming to class and for talking about all these different topics. I know sometimes it's hard to hear each other with our microphones, and the technology's not perfect yet. But I think you guys did some good conversing, and we had a good conversation about a couple of different topics, the holiday topic and the weather topic. I'm curious. I love hearing about the different countries and what your experience is in your life. So thanks for coming to class and sharing about yourselves and about your countries and what's going on, because I always love to learn about different people and different what's happening around the world there, because I'm hoping to get to some of your places pretty soon. I have never been to Ecuador, and I've never been to Turkey, but I have been to Rome, and I have been to Germany. What?
You're a globetrotter.
Yes, well, before I had kids, I traveled more. But now with kids, it's too expensive. Yeah, and maybe I'll get to Poland because it sounds like nice weather right now.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, great.
Bye.
Okay, have a good weekend, everybody.
Okay, you too. Bye.
Thank you very much.
See you.
Bye.
Take care.